Hello, I'm Chewy. I've got a story to tell. Big Daddy Cass wrote a book about me that contains many adventures. I think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to kind of give you a synopsis of what my book is about. And I'll tell you a little bit about me. Anyway, I'll be living with Cass for the next week or two. I'm mending from an unfortunate accident. You see, last weekend, a uniformed officer struck me with the butt end of his rifle and dislocated my hip. Cass is not a veterinarian, but he knows more about fixing us four-legged critters than any human I know. Well, these stories, this is just the beginning. I think you'll find it interesting. You see, I've been on my own since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and I've lived a rather exciting life. I've got tales to tell you that you'll find hard to believe. You know, Big Daddy Cass is the only human I know that speaks animal language fluently. So the next couple of weeks is going to be a real godsend to me. It'll be nice to be able to talk to a human, especially one with a story to tell, and Cass has a whole lot of them. We can share our stories and laugh at each other's jokes. Well, I'm going to take you back to the place where I was born. It was on a cold, stormy night in a dirty, filthy, urine-smelt kennel, commonly known as a puppy mill. The place was wall-to-wall with puppies and their mothers in cages stacked 6 feet high in aisles of 24. My mama had breeder tattooed on her belly, and she was starving because she was only fed every other day with just enough food to keep her alive and her puppies alive. And it's a wonder that any of us survived. I was taken from Mama when I was about 4 weeks old. I remember the day because Mama and I cried for each other, knowing we'd never see each other again. It was the last time I'd cried because the life I was leading had no room for tears. Emotions had to be tough as nails if you wanted to be a survivor. This was the only world I knew, and I couldn't comprehend any other. A life with no meaning, no dreams, no desires, caught in the vice of circumstance. My destiny changed its course when an animal rights movement broke into our puppy mill where I lived and burned it down. All the animals were given medical attention and turned over to the Humane Society, where they were set up for adoption. At that time I was a little over 3 months old. Well, I was adopted by a crazy old man that believed all animals should be free to fend on their own. Instead of giving me a home, he took me out in the wilderness and set me free. That's when I learned the real meaning of the word survivor. It was a new beginning, and the door was wide open to new and exciting adventures. It was my turn to explore, and I loved the adventure. Chasing frisbees is a real favorite sport of mine. I remember the times when I'd sneak into the park where humans would play frisbee with their pets. I'd run way out ahead of the others at play and jump high in the air and snatch the frisbee away, and take it back and drop it a few yards away from the thrower, so they could throw it again and I could do the same thing over and over. When I'd get tired of playing, I'd catch the frisbee and run away with it. Being a loner on my own, I had to learn to hunt and fish for my daily food. I was so good at it that I never went without. I loved fresh raw chicken and rabbit, and in the area where I lived they were plentiful. I also like to go fishing. It's the most exhilarating sport that I can think of. Diving in the ice-cold water to catch a trout takes your breath away, and it's a wonderful feeling. I really enjoy my freedom. At least that is until I met the family I live with now. But that's another story, and I'll tell that another time. For now, let's just get on with what I have in mind. One time I almost got caught stealing fresh apple pie. Pardon me, I got the doggy flu. I know stealing is wrong, but when you live like I do, it's part of the game. Oh, another place I get a good meal is in a large container in back of the diner on the edge of town. If I feel like a cooked meal or cooked meat, then that's where I go. I never run out of fun places to go or fun things to do. Being happy and free is the way I want to be. Well, I've got many stories to tell you, so I'll be back again with a good many of my adventures. Big Daddy has put all these things down in the chapters of his book, and I'll tell you as many stories as I can on video. This is Chewy, the four-legged critter, doing things Cass's way. I think Cass at this point would say, have a good day. God bless you. I'm signing off now.